Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing a review of a drama from South Korea, an erotic drama. South Korean language English subs, released in the year 2012, directed by Sang Soo Im, and this movie is called The Taste of Money. So The Taste of Money is about Korea's most wealthy family. They're very important for the nation's currency, and they all play a very big part in their country. So you've got the mother, the father, the son, who is in a lot of trouble with the law. Then you've got the sister, and you've also got a chauffeur who is taking this family around in their cars. And then you've also got another woman who is the maid, and they all play a vital role in this film, and it's a movie about corruption of money. So this family is so wealthy they could pretty much throw money into the fire and they wouldn't care about it, and it starts to get in the way of their relationships. And this is a movie about a family that is unravelling. They've got problems with the law, they've got problems with trust within the family, and this chauffeur guy, he likes the daughter of the family, and he starts to suspect that things are going to go very bad within this close-knit family, and before long he starts to poke his nose into business that's not his, and that proves an unwanted danger. So what happens at that point on, and what's in store for this family, is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on The Taste of Money. I really like this film. Now I can see a lot of people hating it because it's not your standard sort of South Korean movie. If you're going to compare it with the likes of Old Boy, Chaser, I Saw the Devil, you're not going to like this film. This movie is really the second tier of South Korean cinema, in that it's not a movie that is going to go very well worldwide. It's not going to appeal to a wide audience, so I don't think it would make a lot of money. So you've got the blockbusters, and then you've got these movies that get swept under the carpet. And I will say that as far as those sorts of movies are concerned, Taste of Money is definitely one of the better ones. Now what I liked about it was a lot of things. Number one was the message it sent. It shows you the power of money, and that it can pretty much possess someone to become someone that they weren't initially. So what would you do with a lot of money? For me, if I think about being a millionaire, would that cloud my judgment? Would it transform me into a soulless person? And that's pretty much what this whole family is. It's a soulless sort of family. You've got the mother who's psychotic, you've got the father who's very untrustworthy, then you've got the daughter who appears to be lacking all of emotion, you've got the son who is in trouble with the law, he's looking to basically pull one over everybody he sees. So there's no likeable characters within this family. The only likeable character you've got in this movie is the chauffeur, the guy who's driving him around, because he's not powered by money, he's not money sort of greedy, and therefore he can still have a reasonable judgment. So although the movie doesn't have any likeable characters except for this one guy, as I said, you still want to watch the film, and you don't necessarily want bad things to happen to them, and that's the way that these characters are drawn out. Very complex characters, and there's a dynamic in this film that keeps you watching it. It's not a movie about action, it's not a movie about scares, it's just a very dark film about the power of money. It's a very slow burning film, so it's, as I said, it's not a lot of people are going to like this movie, but if you go into it with the right intentions, I think you'll get a lot out of it. Now, the cinematography is absolutely excellent, and most of the film is shot at night. So it gives this film a sense of seediness, and it's a very erotic film. There are some very strong sex scenes. So it feels like people are treated as objects. They're not treated as human beings. And that's the power, once again, of the money. The overall theme to the film is riches. And that you become so rich, then all of a sudden you lose sight of who you are, you lose sight of what other people are. And the movie objectifies these people, and it turns these women into objects of lust. As I said, no one can be trusted. It feels like all these people have come to a point in their life where they completely scrap all of decency. And the one person that is viewing them from outside the bubble is this chauffeur. He's still got dignity, he's still got honour, and he's still trustworthy, but you feel that the more he's coming into the family, the more he's starting to get a little bit influenced. And he wants to steer clear of this, but he's finding it very difficult. When he gets an interest in the daughter, you start to suspect that things are not going to go well. And there's a lot of side stories to it as well that I'm not going to give away because it is important to the story. There's a lot of side stories that are very, very interesting, so it keeps you captivated. I think the pacing of the film is good for the most part, but I think it goes a little bit too long. It's just over 2 hours, it's about 100 minutes, and I think that there were some moments in the film that could have been cut because it does drag it a little bit, but overall it was satisfactory because it doesn't weigh the film down, but you do notice here and there that it is starting to drag. The script was very good. What I didn't like about the script was that some of it was spoken in English. Now, there's a lot of Korean, and then there is this character in particular who is this corrupt businessman who starts to speak in English, and his acting was really bad. And so that was one character I didn't like. But then you've got the Koreans, and they're speaking their Korean language. and then all of a sudden they'll speak English, and it just doesn't seem right. It feels like the voices were dubbed, and you start to say, well, hang on, that doesn't sound right. So you do notice it, and you think to yourself, well, it would have been a lot better if they were speaking Korean, because even the English speaker, he speaks a bit of Korean. So you start to feel that if both of them can speak Korean, why is one of them, speaking English sometimes? So you go Korean, 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 a little bit of English, Korean, Korean, a little bit of English, then English, English, Korean. And it's a very inconsistent level of language in the film, and it just becomes a little bit of a distraction. So I really didn't like that aspect of it, but apart from that, the soundtrack is very limited. There is suspense in the film, because you kind of feel that once that certain people find out that they're being betrayed, how are they going to react? And so, yeah, it's definitely a drama. Don't go into it with the expectation that you're going to get something like Old Boy or I Saw the Devil. There is no action, there is next to no violence, but it is a very good tale of the corruption of money and watching this very powerful family start to unravel. It shows you that money can't buy you happiness, and that although you have all the money in the world, it doesn't mean that you are immune to problems. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. As far as the unknown Korean films are concerned, this is definitely one you can check out. Go into it with the right expectations, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it as well. So overall, for the taste of money, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Go out there and see it. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time you watch your movies, I'll see you later.